Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Mythological Mondays. Today we're diving into the enchanting world of Elestrals once again, but this time we're doing it from base set. So if you're a fan of mythology and card games, make sure you check out this video for a treat. Let's explore the lore, the gameplay, and what makes Elestrals so unique. So as I said earlier, today we'll be diving into base set. Base set will be broken down into two videos because there's a lot of Elestrals with lore. And I didn't want to bombard you too much and overload you with a really long video, so we're going to try to keep it short and simple. So this is episode 4. No, or episode 5, maybe. It's episode 5. Sorry, I've lost track of my own series. That's crazy. So last week we did the astrological signs, which was a really great idea. And so we're going to dive right into it. So let's start off with the first one. We have Lotagon. Now you may be thinking, Lotagon, but it's just a fruit dragon. Why is this here? Fun fact, because it's not just a fruit dragon. It actually has a basis in mythology. Alright, so Lotagon, the ascended form of Drataya, the newest card to be put onto the ban list along with Sparkit. So, in my opinion, Lotagon is the weakest out of the Ascensions or not Ascensions, the Nexus versions of Drataya and Lotagon. Because it doesn't get its effect multiple times like the others do, like Lustragon. It's in both a Nexus and a Receiver, so he pops as many times as you want, while Lotagon, it's dependent on an Ambrosia or a Golden Apple. Lotagon's a 7/8, which is really strong Earth guy or Elestral, but now that Drataya is banned, I don't think he's really going to receive much play because there's a lot better Elestrals with stat lines that are similar or better, especially as a 2-drop. So, what is he based on? So, Lotagon is mythologically based on the dragon Ladin, which it's in his name if you didn't see it, because at first I didn't see it. If you take out the G and O in Lotagon, you have Ladin. So I thought that's a very clever use of his name. So here's the story. Ladin was a serpent-like dragon that twined and twisted around the tree in the Garden of the Hesperides and guarded the golden apples. In pursuance of his 11th labor, Heracles, or Hercules as he's well known, killed Ladin with a bow and arrow and carried the apples away. The following day, Jason and the Argonauts, which play a big role in Daybreak, so it's interesting that this set came out before Daybreak, because I think if it was released in Daybreak, it would kind of fit even better. They passed on by their Sithonic return journey from Colchis, hearing the lament of Shining Eagle, one of the 4 Hesperides, and viewing the still twitching Ladin. In an alternate version of the myth, Ladin is never slain, and Heracles instead gets the Titan god Atlas to retrieve the apples. And then while Atlas is retrieving the apples, Heracles or Hercules takes Atlas's place holding up the sky. Which I think is really cool that this dragon, who's based on dragon fruit, actually is based on an actual mythological creature, dragon, that involves golden apples. So this tie-in is really great. Like, I love Elestrals, I love mythology, and the fact that they intertwine cards like this is so amazing, and I'm really happy for this. And I can't wait to see what future cards are. I know Dan just recently announced Moonrise this month might start getting some reveals, which I think is okay. Normally they do it like a month before, but I think because it's December is when the reveals would happen, that they're kind of doing it early, or maybe there's just a lot of cards in Moonrise. I don't know. We'll see. So that's it for Lotagon. Next, we have Tectoris. Tectoris was seen in the last video. As mentioned in the last episode, he represents the constellation Taurus, as well as being a Minotaur. So, Tectoris is known for getting 1 attack for each enchanting Earth Spirit on the board. Pair that with Demeter and Phaloi, and he becomes a 7, 8, and he's just a 1 cost. So then your opponent has to deal with this 1 cost however he can, whether that be poison-tipped arrows or returning it to your hand. Returning it to your hand feels really bad because your opponent has to spend 2, and then you'll just play it on your next turn. So Tectoris is really something to watch out for. I really haven't seen it much in Earth decks lately, but that's because there's other utility cards that people have been running for Earth that's a lot better. But Tectoris can still be a threat, so watch out for him. So, the lore of the Minotaur. So originally there was only 1 Minotaur. But nowadays, They're using it just as a term or whatever for just group of bulls. Alright, after ascending the throne on the island of Crete, Minos competed with his brothers as ruler. Minos prayed to the sea god Poseidon to send him a snow-white bull as a sign of the god's favor. Minos was to sacrifice the bull to honor Poseidon, but owing to the bull's beauty, he decided instead to keep him. Minos believed that Poseidon would accept a substitute sacrifice. He didn't, by the way. So, to punish Minos, Poseidon made his wife fall in love with the bull. And his wife was so in love with the bull, his wife had a crafter by the name of Daedalus, who, if you didn't know, is the creator of the maze, which the Minotaur liked to roam. So she could have a child with the bull. It was like what he built was like a hollow bull or a hollow cow, and she got into the hollow bull and cow, and the bull did things and got her pregnant, and then that gave birth to the Minotaur, which is half human, half bull. So then, in fear, I guess you could say, they put him in a maze to guard him. The Minotaur is also known for the hero Theseus challenging the bull and killing him. And Theseus escaping the maze with the help of Ariadne's thread, which, interesting fact, Daedalus gave Ariadne the location of the thread. So once again, it all goes back to Daedalus and him helping the wife create the Minotaur in the first place, and then leading to the bull's demise. I don't know if that was him atoning for his actions. I don't know. I don't think we've seen anything about that. So that's it for Tectaurus. Excuse me. Now we have Necroth. Now I included Necroth not because he's based on anything in mythology. His name is Necroth, which if you break down is to neck as in necro and rough as in the noise a dog makes. He's the first line in the Ascension line for Trifernal. So I included him just because of that basis. He's literally a baby Cerberus with only one head, and as he gets older, he grows heads. Now, you may be saying, why did I not include Drataya? Because Drataya is just a dragon fruit. I felt this was more into the lore than actually a dragon fruit come to life. Maybe for consistency's sake I should have, but I didn't. So Necroth is known for being a 5/1 beater, and his effect of when a Elestral gets destroyed by Necroth, your opponent burns. But lately, what Necroth is used for is just for his 5-stat line. You give it a water spirit, and it walks over tsunamis, and it's just a really strong 5 beater. So nothing too special about Necroth. Next, we have Blazerus. Blazerus' effect allows him to attack twice during the battle phase, and then if he destroys 2 Elestrals that way, he can ascend into Trifernal, his final ascension form. Blazerus is not based on a Cerberus. Hate to break it to you, he's not. What Blazerus is based on is Cerberus' brother, Orthrus, who is a 2-headed dog. He's like I said, he's Cerberus' brother. They were created the same way. Alright, so like Cerberus, Orthrus is also a guard dog. So what Orthrus guarded was Gerion's cattle, and in case no one knew about Gerion, he is depicted as having 3 heads. So just like Cerberus, he has 3 heads. Sadly, Orthrus was killed by Heracles, or Hercules, during one of his trials. Very sad way to go. I thought it was really cool that it's almost a Cerberus, but it's not. It was a brother. So I'm glad that they connected those two. So then the final, well not final, but second to last Celestial is Trifernal, the one who's actually based on Cerberus. Trifernal has this amazing effect where if an opponent casts an Celestial, you can expend a fire to give him -3 defense until your next turn. If that defense gets reduced to 0, it's destroyed. So if you have a Trifernal out, it's usually for the 1 DK that was made popular by Wirtz during the Elestriad Season 2. It's just, you overload your opponent with spirits, and you attack. You get Blazers out with 5 or 6 spirits, he attacks twice, you ascend into a Trifernal with 7, and you pop him for 7. It's really strong. The OTK is really great. It's helped facilitated by Helios Chariot Ride. It makes it so much better. Let's see. So he's based on Cerberus. It's usually described as having 3 heads, a serpent for a tail, and snakes protruding from his body, as you can see in the picture. Snake tails. Cerberus is primarily known for his capture by Hercules during the last of his 12 labors. Cerberus in mythology guards the gates of the underworld. He doesn't guard the gates of underworld because that's your discard pile in Elestrals. What he guards is Tartarus. And as of right now, there are 2 victims of Tartarus, Tritaya and Sparkit, where they both belong. Sparkit more than Tritaya, but Tritaya's ability to OTK or first turn kill is ridiculous. So Cerberus' only mythology concerned his capture by Hercules. As early as Homer was learned that Hercules was sent by the king of Tyrants to bring back Cerberus from Hades, the king of the underworld, which is his 12 trials. Hercules succeeded in bringing Cerberus back, but eventually he was given back to Hades. The final Elestral of the day is Volcares. Volcares was also featured in my last video. He is the astrological sign for Aries and the symbol represented by him. Volcares gets +1 attack for each enchanting on the field. Somewhat a great effect. He's similar to Tictorius, but not as good and not as used as frequently because of the board state that Demeter allows you to have. So, as I also said in the last video, he's based on the Crystal Malice, who is a flying ram that rescued the children of the Boeotian king Athamas and provided the Golden Fleece from Jason and the Argonauts. Once again, a stable card from Daybreak, which this card is featured 2 sets early, so it's interesting that they release cards before the big Daybreak reveal. So that's really it for the Elestrals for the first set for this video. Next video I will cover the 6 final ones for big set, and then I will be moving on to Frostfall. I don't know how many Frostfall we'll have because normally I try to do this video a week before they're due, so it'll be 2 weeks before I start doing research or so. But I really hope you like this series. I would like to know which one of these is your favorite one so far from this video. Which one you think you would want more info on, because I'd be willing to go into depth about some of these mythologies with people. I would love to see your comments. Make sure you leave a like, and if you haven't, please subscribe. Greatly appreciated. I now have a Discord, which I will start putting in the description. So make sure you click that link. I like to post when I go live for videos, or when I post videos when they go live. I will post them there when I start live streaming. We have some cool ideas where we want to host monthly tournaments based around the full moons by the different names of the full moons, because I'm a lunar caster, so it felt very fitting. Our Discord channel has its own little built-in lore on where the channel or the name of the community is called. It's called the Lunarian Crescent, which I made into an island in the realm of Elestrals. It's really cool. People really love it. I would love for everyone to read it and comment and just be part of the active community, because I love the community. It's really great. I would want to grow it. Content creators are more than welcome. We have content creator promo channel where you can post when you go live or when you post your videos. Or if you want to make content with other people where we talk and communicate and coordinate when we do videos together. It's great. I really appreciate it. I think it would be really cool. So I hope to see you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Can't wait for next time. Bye.